Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Welcome back to more horror stories animated. We got another grocery store horror story part 3. We already seen 2 parts and that was crazy. So with that being said, I hope you guys like part 3 and remember to subscribe and like the video if you actually enjoy watching the video. But yeah, with that being said, let's get to part 3 of this 4-part series, and I hope you guys are having a good day.
This happened about 4 years ago.
4
I was
years
20
ago?
years old at the time. I'd be waiting in a car or something.
Oh wait, I gotta get.
This
All right, here we go.
I was 20 years old at the
4
time.
years ago.
The
20
first
years
time I
old.
met the guy who had become my grocery store stalker. He was standing outside the store collecting money for the Salvation Army's Christmas time donations. I'm a
I used to work for the Salvation Army. Cool facts about me.
fairly friendly person.
Not that
I
anyone
decided
cares.
to work at places I frequent just to be nice. This guy was a kid around my age, very tall, with a mild resemblance
Okay,
to
this
Bert from the
isn't actually an actual grocery store. This is where you're supposed to go to get groceries, not someone's house, like in the last episode.
his family. Dark circles under dark eyes, short black hair, and a kind of naked look in his eyes. I chatted with him for maybe about 10
Man got 2 black
Kind of
eyes.
just idle chit-chat about the weather and whatnot. Nothing particularly memorable or interesting. I then waved goodbye and went home. Little did I know that single moment would be the start of something that would have me genuinely afraid. About 4 or 5 months passed and I hadn't seen him again. Then one day as I was grocery shopping with a friend, when, as we were chatting, she suddenly got really quiet and kind of recoiled backwards, then looking behind me. I turned around to see this guy who had to be at least 6'4", towering over me,
6'4".
not 8 inches from my body.
Look at them
He said
bananas.
hi, and he told me that he remembered from that December that I had talked to him.
Are you wearing
He
glasses
asked for
now?
my number. I, being young and had never really experienced this type of interaction before, told him that I didn't have my number memorized, but that I would write his down and then maybe text him later. I kind of half waved my phone at him, pointing at my at the time boyfriend, whose picture was my wallpaper, making a point to say, "Oh look, that's my boyfriend."
Man,
to
he
the
don't
guy,
care.
hoping he'd clue in.
You don't care about no boyfriend.
He told me his number, which immediately upon getting, I blocked, without letting him get my number. However, what really made my blood run cold was what he said to me after I put my phone away. He leaned in real close to me, and in a really low voice,
I know you blocked my
told
number.
me, "Whatever I text you is for your eyes only."
Oh,
I start to feel genuinely uncomfortable at this point. I said back, yeah, sure. It was nice talking to you, but we gotta get back to shopping." And I grabbed my friend and dragged her off,
Very
shooting a panicked
respectfully.
look at her and asking her why she didn't bail me out. Apparently he scared her too with him getting so close to me, and she just didn't know what to do. I also want to make it clear that I'm not exactly a small girl. I'm 5'8" and solidly built. I can certainly handle myself, and I very rarely ever feel intimidated
Damn,
or
she
small
tall.
in the presence of anyone, male or female. But this guy, he really made me feel tiny and scared.
yeah,
In
5'8"
the
to a
midst of the
6'4"
fire,
is
he
pretty
made me feel truly frightened.
tiny.
I had really hoped that creepy interaction would be the last time I saw him, but unfortunately that wasn't the
Oh
case. After
shit!
that initial meeting with him,
It
saying
wasn't the last
everything about
time.
his text being for my eyes only, it seemed like I would run into him every single time that I got into the store.
We didn't go to a different store.
And I was in. He always seemed to appear at the end of it while I was finished shopping.
Do you guys go to like the same stores every day? I don't. I usually just, well, I kind of do, but not every day, you know. But like it's like once a week, once every 2 weeks, I go to the store. I don't really get out of the house, but yeah, every like two weeks I go to the store. It's sometimes the same store. Like it depends on like what I'm getting, cause like some stores be having like cheaper foods, but at the same food for a cheaper price. So I don't go to the same store for everything. I'm just saying you gotta look around. You just gotta look around and see like who has a better deal, you know. But this girl's going to the same store every day, and I see why I don't know.
And every time I was in the store, I would always notice him out of the corner of my eye watching me, no matter what area I was in. One time I even caught him following me out to my car. At that point I got scared and I finally decided to say something to the managers. After letting all the managers know what was going on,
That manager don't give a damn.
Not to talk to me.
Hey man, you got a pencil I can use? Nope. More seriously, I need one to pass. I don't give a damn.
This manager just in it for the
He
money.
wouldn't speak to me, but I would continue to see him follow me around the store at a distance every single time I went up there. It got so bad and I felt so terrified that I started to be afraid to go to the store at all. But I'm one of those stubborn people who refuses to be intimidated by someone to the point where I'll stop doing something.
Oh
I
man.
really hoped that maybe it was just a coincidence that he was following me. After all, it was a really big store, and maybe he just had things to do that just happened to be in the same areas I was shopping in. So I started to pay close attention to my surroundings. Once I started really paying attention, I realized that every single time I was up there, I would constantly notice him in the same areas in the store that I was in. During my last encounter with him, I went to the store to just grab 2 or 3 items that I needed for dinner that night. And I first saw him standing at the store when I got there.
You
And with
switched
a sad face,
stores.
I quickly ran inside, hoping he didn't see me. Unfortunately, a few minutes later, I had saw him at the very back of the store, and items in hand, I immediately made a beeline towards the front.
Maybe
As soon as I got near the checkout, I ducked behind one of the shelf displays and watched carefully at the front of the store to see if the creepy guy would appear. I watched as he looked up and down at the checkout, and when he didn't see me there, I saw him step outside. At this point, I quickly ran to the nearest open cashier, rang up all my items, and then stuck my head out the door to
do you really think he was gonna
I
do
didn't see
something?
him there immediately, so I started trying to make my way back to where I was parked.
Do you think he was gonna do something in broad daylight? I don't know. I think he was just trying to
And
scare
near the
a
side of the
girl.
store where a bunch of other small stores and restaurants were lined up at, and I was walking towards my car. I realized then that I saw him standing by the entrance that I had first entered the store through, and then dug behind a pillar immediately, hoping he didn't see me. I watched carefully
he saw
from behind
you.
the pillar, and as he scanned the parking lot, he obviously couldn't find me.
He saw you,
After a minute
alright.
or two, he started to walk out towards the direction of the parking lot in front of the store. And so I took that opportunity to make a run for it to my car as soon as that he was far enough away that I felt safe. As soon as I got into my car, I then locked the door, and to my horror when I looked up, he was standing there about 15 feet from my car with a shopping cart in front of him.
Jesus.
I knew that he followed me, and he knew that I knew. I fully believed that he had chased after me, and when I made it to my car, he grabbed the nearest cart to make it look like he was collecting them from the parking lot. I remember just feeling absolutely terrified at that moment. I went home and I immediately told my grandfather what had just happened.
What he
I
gonna
began
do about
crying and
it?
shaking, and my grandfather told me to get in the car. Well, we're going to settle this. He and I
What?
drove up to the store in his car, and he walked me into the store and demanded we spoke with the managers immediately. Both of them. When the managers arrived at customer service,
I told you he don't
he
give a
asked me to tell
damn.
them
Look
what
how
was
you look.
happening and demanded that they ensure he left me alone or that he would involve the police. The managers swore up and down they would take care of it. As far as I know, he wasn't fired immediately because my friend who first encountered him with me when this whole thing began told me that she would see him from time to time when she was there by herself, but that any time I went with her, she would never see him. I fully believed that he knew whenever I was there, only this time instead of stalking me, he avoided me. Eventually, everyone who knew the situation stopped seeing him there, so I think he may have gotten fired or moved on from that store. Either way, I haven't had any issues since, but I've never in my life felt so afraid of another human being as I did that day, seeing him make eye contact with me in the parking lot as I locked my car doors. It still really creeps me out to think that he was watching me so closely every time I entered the store that he could so easily avoid or follow me whenever he wanted.
These people crazy.
So yeah, I was stalked every time I went grocery shopping for 4 months straight, and I never want to experience that ever again.
Is that the only grocery store you can go to though? maybe I wasn't listening, but does she work there or something? I don't know. But anyways, that was part 3 of this 4-part series of the grocery store horror animated stories. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one very soon. With that being said, hope you guys have a great day and peace out.